Hey everybody, Anthony Metavier here from magneticmemorymethod.com with some great news, an update that I've been really excited about announcing that's been in development for a while, but it's finally flowing, and actually two parts to this update for Magnetic Memory Method Masterclass students, and that two-part update is this. The first is that I've added an FAQ section to the masterclass, which is just clickable right here if you're inside, and just been on a as regular as possible Friday schedule answering the most pertinent and new and unique questions out there and going through old emails to help build this section. So it's not 100% perfect right now, but it's in development and really very, very successful because I'm able to just make short or long tutorials for people. So like, for example, I had a question about Chinese poetry, and I was able to develop some teaching around the pillar technique and show on the screen some one of my own memory palaces and paint, so to speak, the images. And someone asked about notes on a guitar, so we talked about all of this. And, questions about self-development in memory palaces come in, acting and improvisation, so you can memorize names fast. And then chemical formulas, diagrams with interrelated parts. The whole notion of channels came up. That's in the Magnetic Memory Method training. How to memorize a product guide. This is a little 15-minute tutorial for people. Pinyin, using outdoor memory palaces, all of how this applies to multiple languages, and this makes sense to people who already know the magnetic memory method. And that was a little bit of a longer tutorial. Then we have so far question about matching index cards to the magnetic stations, and something about goals and variable outcomes. I found this really, really interesting. Like if you were a coach or you were in sports and there were variable outcomes that you wanted to be able to share with people in your coaching or in a football game or whatever, and memorize that stuff. So some tutorial training on that. And then the latest one today is how to memorize difficult diagrams in IT manuals. And so, people, they come across this and it's just like, how does the magnetic memory method apply to this? And as it happens, it applies very, very well. So you can join into this if you like by being a masterclass member. And the other part of this is that we're going to be doing monthly implementation boot camps. And so the link for that is in the FAQ section, and you can register your spot. That's just a courtesy training where we're going to practice creating magnetic imagery together. And the first one is coming up very, very soon on the 14th for me in Australia, and the 13th for the rest of the world. I think I'm going to make it regularly on the 15th and the 14th for people, but I might keep it the 14th and the 13th. We'll see. But it's definitely going to be, now that I'm finally settled and landed somewhere in the world, a monthly thing. And so I would be delighted if you'd be one of the people who joins us. If you're not already in the masterclass, then by being in the masterclass, that's the way to get it. And if you are already there, then look in the FAQ section to come up to speed with some of these issues, and you're going to benefit greatly from it. And it's just something that I've wanted to do for a long time, just needed the opportunity to start doing it. I'm super excited by the implications, and I know already from the students who have received these trainings that they're overjoyed getting better practice. Andy, for example, emailed me. He did 100 digits very, very quickly, and that's related to the product guide and applicable to some of the numbers that a lot of people need to memorize in their professions. So I don't like to leave any stones unturned. I think that actually I've never left any stones unturned, but I keep finding those stones thanks to the wonderful, wonderful questions of Magnetic Memory family members, and I'm just going to keep on turning over those stones as they come up, because there is nothing you can't use memory techniques for, especially when you have a strong, dedicated memory palace practice, because memory palaces, they exercise your spatial memory. When you exercise your spatial memory, you exercise your autobiographical memory, which exercises your episodic memory and your semantic memory and your procedural memory and all kinds of things that just make you stronger and stronger and stronger as you go along in your practice. So if you want to be part of that, then the way to do it is to practice. And so we're going to start practicing together. And I'm super excited about it because it is such an enormous treat to use the technology that we have in private webinars and be able to interact with each other and do these techniques live. And so it's never been more evident to me than in some of these questions that I've been able to answer how powerful mnemonic examples can be for people. So let's get together. Let's make something happen. This is the way to do it. See you in the masterclass. If you're already a member, make sure that you are checking out this FAQ. It'll expand your perspective. Even if none of these things apply to you, going through these different applications of the magnetic memory method will open your perspective. You'll get new ideas for your own practice, and everything applies. Everything strengthens everything. So, it's like learning, Victor Wooten is a great bass guitar teacher who taught me a lot through his video trainings. I've never met him or talked to him or anything like that. But one of the things that he said is if you want to learn how to learn bass better, go study karate and see how karate can apply to bass. Same principle here. It sounds kind of weird and strange, but actually it's very, very true. If you think about something from a different angle and then you apply it to your practice, amazing things happen because your perspective opens. So that's all for now, but if you have any questions, pop them in the discussion area below. I look forward to seeing you on the Implementation Bootcamp. If you're coming, it's going to be so great. You get to have the benefit of practicing with other students of the magnetic memory method live, and you can have the replay as well if you're registered. So thank you very much for watching, and until we speak again, keep yourself magnetic.